Coach, as the 2019 regular season starts speeding toward a conclusion, not too many games remain to be played here in Oakland, California. The pregame festivities here in Oakland have to be seen to be believed. This crowd in silver and black, they are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with Andy Dalton and the Cincinnati Bengals. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go!
Monday, down. Wide 88.
Set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Now the first-round pick from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Jesse Bates, who led the Bengals in tackles as a rookie, there to make the stop.
At the 25-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
52's the mic, boys. 52.
Pick me up. Express.
Hey, Mike 52.
Watch the screen. Pass.
Hey, Mike 52.
694.
52. Check tight end. Check tight.
Hey, Echo.
Here's Carr. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Agnew. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. He's coming off a 3-interception performance last week, so certainly not how he wanted to start here.
Not at all, but this is where a quarterback gets tested. This is where we find out what he has underneath that jersey. Because he had a bad game last week. Can he shake off a bad start to this one and start to perform at the level he expects?
This is Joe Mixon, 4th in the NFL in rushing last season. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 17-yard line.
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position. That's going to be caught by Ross for a Bengal touchdown. John Ross with touchdown number 8 on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's complete to Richard, the running back. No gain, and it's 2nd down.
Usually the offense has an answer to anything a defense throws at them, including a safety valve. And that's what they did on that play. They went there, but the defense still made an excellent play and held them to no gain.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. To throw his Carr. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. Does the big boy have the juice? And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game. And typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. 24th pick in the spring by Oakland was Josh Jacobs. Only rushed for 640 yards last year at Alabama, but when you consider the offensive depth chart they had, it makes it understandable. So young, won't turn 22 until February, and they're really hoping that the veteran presence of 30-year-old Doug Martin can be a guiding light for Jacobs.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Monday, down. 180. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
What down? 280.
We got it, we got it.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long.
Check safety. Raider 8. We do it.
Working from the gun, it's Carr, and that's complete to Luke Wilson. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
A 14-yard gain.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get into that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Now this is fielded in the end zone. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. He's at the 40, past the 20, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon, an even 90 yards. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. The extra point up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Carr. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down.
He's not exactly had a banner start to this game. We're still in the first quarter. He's already thrown an interception, and that should have been the second one.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Carr. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Well, that'll get them to 1st down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Running the toss here to Jacobs. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets them to 2nd and 4. 21-0 our score after one. 2nd quarter from Oakland, the homestanding Raiders with the football here as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up.
What now? 280. Check.
On 2nd down and 4. Carr, blitz coming, and down he goes.
That's 3 sacks now. That's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long.
Hey, Haywood.
Shotgun now for Carr. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The Bengals drive about to get going. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
All right, T, let's go. All right, T.
Dalton on the draw to Mixon. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
Third down, a shot here for Dalton. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 25 yards that time.
And the Bengals first down.
Hands up, please.
Watch my board. Check 26, check 26.
Hands up.
Mixon with a first down carry. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Defense wins championships, baby. Undercrush, undercrush, undercrush. Check 43.
Over here.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. You ain't going nowhere. Check.
On third down, Mixon. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you
don't want to.
We know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick, and they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
Back at the 38-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Dalton here from the gun. Going to throw deep for the end zone. That's going to be caught by Ross for a Bengal touchdown. John Ross with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Bengals, they widen their lead.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
And what is going on here? Are they serious? First down, and they're in punt formation.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping.
Now Joe Mixon. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. The offense on third down tonight, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Hands up. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
They'll run on first down. Mixon. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
A gain of 15. First down, Bengals.
So we've come to halftime. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Mike 54. Quit talking about it and bring it. Check 13. Check 13.
Once again, they run with Mixon. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Yeah, fight it.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike. Oh, watch run.
On first down, Mixon. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Yeah, baby!
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
3 buzz.
The toss play to Mixon. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory, right at the 40. They'll run here with Mixon. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Watch tight end. We got 4.
This is Mixon. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now Bernard. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Okay, double up.
Now it's Mixon running right. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Regular. Deuce. Check 52.
Again, it's Mixon. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down.
I'm coming after you.
Now Mixon. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
And his kick is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Now Brown, after the made field goal, gets set for the kickoff. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
At the 25-yard line.
They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Agnew now to return. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
At their own 23-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I enjoy. We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now they run with Mixon. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Here we go. Kill. Switch.
They'll run with Mixon. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. No room to be had there on the first down run as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Nevin Lawson there on the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 42-yard line.
On 2nd down, Mixon. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. And the Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Mixon will try the right side. Legs still churning.
Like a giant pinball.
And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Brings up 4th down.
The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And look at this. It's a fake, but he will not make the first down marker. And that'll be a turnover on downs. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati.